Well, on this How to Cook, we're cooking ribs. And they're delicious. They're amazing. Not as hard as you think. You can do this at home pretty easily and impress the hell out of your friends. So I'm going to teach you a few things on the best way to make ribs at home. And this is what you're going to end up with. Yeah, you want these right now, don't you? How bad do you want these right now? Well, all you got to do is go to the store after you watch this video and pick up some ribs, and you can be eating these. So let's get started. If you want good ribs, they better taste good. Cooking is only part of it. Making them taste good is the part. And what do we use? We use rib rub. This is my Billy Bob's Park Rib Rub. It's not currently available, but it might be soon. And when it is, I'll let you know where you can order it or buy it. Hopefully, it's at a store near you. But if not, they have this thing called the internet. You can always order it, but not yet. Apparently, getting a batch of that made in a actual commercial kitchen place that's designed for that is very, very expensive. Who knew? All right, apparently everyone knew. But anyways, so if you'd like a batch, it's only $80,000 right now. You can get a bottle for $80,000. And I'll just tell you where to sign up. Here you go. Okay, in the meantime, here we go. Now we have our St. Louis ribs here. Most people would like to throw this on their smoker whole. Do you know anyone that eats ribs whole? I don't. So what I do is I like to do these up, 2 bones, rub them, stick them in the zip top bag, let them sit overnight, soak up all the goodness, and then cook them that way. They cook a little bit faster, and then you get all the extra crunchy, the good spots on the edges. And it's less work later because you don't have to butcher these things later. Now, is there a skin on this? There's a membrane. We gotta get the membrane off. Let's do that. Pause for 1 second while I prepare to get the membrane off. There you go. Membrane removal tools right here. Okay, you need a spoon or something with kind of a sharp but dull edge and a paper towel. That's pretty much it. You don't want to use anything too sharp because it'll just tear this membrane, the skin, and that doesn't work very well. So this gets under, lets you kind of pull up a bit, and the paper towel gives you enough grip that you can get in here and pull it the rest of the way. Okay, that is pretty darn close. Close enough. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to butcher these, feel where your bones are, and go in between your bones. The end flap down here is always an interesting bit. Not the most tender meat in the world. So if we start here, we have a bone and we have a bone. We have our spot between the bones. There's a rib chunk. Bone, bone, in between. See what the bones are. Butcher your ribs. Bone, bone, in between, going that way. And try and get it right down the middle, because then somebody doesn't get gypped on one side or the other, because, come on, you know it'll always be you. So, the rib you save may be your own. There you go, bone, bone. The bones change as it goes down. They get smaller and closer and different shapes and things, so angles can change. Don't just assume everything stays the same, because the body is different. Okay, this is 3 bones plus the flap. I'm just going to leave that as it is. Okay, let's will be the fun one for somebody. Okay, so we rub the heck out of it. Lots and lots of rub here. All right, so now the fast forwarding is over. You can see we've coated all of this very well. And there's a bunch still on the cutting board, so if you see any spots that you want to get, now's your chance. And there you go. Plus, you know, this is $80,000, so. You get a lot for 80 grand. I'll be specific, that's a large batch, but it's still a big chunk of money. Why am I whispering? Okay, there you go. They all fit in the bag beautifully. And there you go. Now you just need to clean up, stick that in the fridge. I'm gonna let it go overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow, throw them on the smoker, and get cooking. That's the hard part of the ribs right there, other than waiting. So congratulations, you did it. All right, see you tomorrow. All right, it is the next day, and it is time to cook some meat. It's full of flavor now. The dry rub has penetrated and done all its wonderfulness. The only thing left to do is put them on the smoker. I've already got it set up and going. We're gonna keep it fairly low, under 250. We'll go over the time and stuff as we go along. But for now, it's time to start smoking some meat. That sounds weird. All right, let's just put this on the smoker and forget I said that. All right. Let's go. All right, most people didn't realize they had a smoker on the Titanic, but here it is, fresh from the bottom of the ocean. Fantastic. We cleaned the racks, and she's ready to go. So it's not the smoker, it's the tool behind the smoker. Wait, something like that. Anyways, we're gonna put these in on two separate racks so that we're not overcrowding them. That'll let the airflow and the smoke flow around it. We're going to keep it under 250, and we're going for about 2-hour cook time. The wood in this one burns out pretty quick, so it really only lasts about an hour and a half anyways without having to reload it. This seems to be about perfect, and it gives a pretty intense smoke. So that's about all you really need with this guy. If you have a better smoker, your cooking times and techniques may adjust, but there's a little juice in the bottom of the bag. Poured it in the water tray down at the bottom there, and obviously the water tray is working. We've run out of smoke. We're just under 2 hours right now, and oh, everything looks perfect. So let's get our tray and our tongs ready, and we will pull these off, and then we're going to be ready to go inside and start with the next round. But now just pull these suckers and let's get ready to go inside. The ribs are off of smoker. They were on 2 hours at about 230, 240. These have soaked up as much smoke as you really want, but they are nowhere near cooked. So you wrap them. Now it's weird wrapping ribs that are like this because they are like this. So what we do is we kind of reassemble it. Sounds weird, but jigsaw puzzle. See if we can put this sucker back together. Yeah, something like this. Close enough, right? They get thicker at one end or something. I don't know. I guess it helps if I went all bones up, wouldn't it? I guess it would. I can't tell with this one. Close enough. There's a weird one. That is our end piece. And here is close to an end piece. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea how this was ever a thing. Anyways, let me get some more rib rub, because we're going to put a load of this on here. All right. You watch competition barbecue things, they put butter and maple syrup and all kinds of things like that on the ribs and everything. Well, those people are crazy. If you ever actually sat down to eat one of those ribs, that's a little excessive. So, I don't do that. A little more dry rub on it. Adds a little bit more flavor. A little more oomph in there. This is, again, the prototype Billy Bob's. Billy Bob's, if I can explain, it's not spelled Billy Bob's. It's Bill E. Bob's. My nickname was William Edward Roberts, the fancy version of a Billy Bob. It was. You don't get to pick your nicknames. So anyways, it became Bill E. Bob. William Edward Roberts. Anyways, that's that. Oversharing. Okay, this is going to go not back on the smoker because it's wrapped up. When you see the shows and people are cooking barbecue and stuff, they are cooking it on the smoker because they don't have ovens. If it's wrapped like this, why does it need to go back on the smoker? It doesn't. It's going to go in my oven at 225 for another few hours. So these really want to cook about 4.5 hours, realistically, if you can keep the heat consistent. So they've done just about 2 hours. I think it's about 5 minutes short of 2 hours on the grill. They're going to go 2.5 hours in the oven. We'll pull them out, we'll check them, and try not to wreck them. But yeah, I'm putting them in the oven because they've already got the flavor, they've got the smoke, they've got the goodness. I'm just burning gas or wood or anything else at this point. It doesn't make sense to do that, so oven it is. Plus, when they're in the oven, I can relax because the oven isn't going to catch fire. I hate my smoker. I want a better smoker. So like and subscribe, and maybe I can afford a better smoker. Please, please. Thank you. All right, put them in the oven. Bye. All right, these have been in here 2.5 hours in the oven, and I've already had a peek. It cheated. They're perfect. We're going to finish these on the grill because these are kind of a steamed rib at the moment, and that's kind of gross. Nobody likes steamed ribs, boiled ribs, or anything like that. Don't know. All right, let's get these out of here. They are basting in the juices, and they look amazing. Oh, that is soft and lovely. Holy crap! Seriously. Yeah, that's it's pretty good. They've rendered out pretty nicely, as you see all the drippings in here. I'm going to get one layer down, and I'm going to put more dry rub on them right now. And then we'll put the other couple ribs on top. Still more of our pork rib rub here. Oh yeah. That's the yummy goodness. These will be on the grill. But right now, I'm going to let them rest just a little bit like this. You want to get them out of the fat because they're going to soak the fat back up. Then they're too fatty. I mean, fat is good, but there's a certain point when you kind of want to get the fat out of it. So there you go. All right, these are going to rest for a couple of minutes while the grill heats up. I'm throwing them on the grill, and that's where you'll see me next. All right. We have the grill set at a medium-high heat here. It's about 400 degrees, something like that at the moment. It'll go up to about 500, which is a fairly high temperature. But we're not trying to cook these. We're just trying to caramelize the outside. Now we've got that little bit of extra dry rub on them. That's going to, kind of sear in there. It's got little sugars and spices, peppers, things like that that are going to make beautiful things. We've got some corn on the cob sitting there wrapped, ready to go, because, hey, it's ribs. You gotta, right? Come on. Now, we put them on there before we sauce them, just to get the outside of the ribs hot and sizzling and crackling. You probably can't see that from that angle, but there is that wonderful bubbly goodness going on. That's exactly what you want. As soon as you have achieved that, and it's realistically, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe, depending on the heat of the grill. As soon as you do that, now you want to sauce them. Depending on what kind of sauce you like, use that. If you like a vinegary rib, go with it. If you like a sweet rib, go with that. If you like no sauce at all, then you can skip this step, and it doesn't take very long at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to caramelize this barbecue sauce. So you put it down, and then you flip it over, and then you do the other side. It's one of those things. You want you're eating the whole rib, might as well sauce the whole rib. Again, unless you're not saucing the ribs, and then don't sauce them at all. Be careful, because if you're using a very sugary, sweet sauce, you will tend to get burning. So watch your ribs. You've come too far to let them get ruined at this point. So just take care of your ribs. Don't miss any spots, otherwise you'll be bummed in a little bit. But yeah, this only takes 15 minutes total tops. That's realistically about it. You're flipping sides, you're letting them go until they caramelize a little bit, and keep turning the corn on the cob. If you've never grilled corn on the cob like this, it's really good. It takes maybe 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes to do. I put it on while the barbecue is still warming up, and it's perfectly cooked. But look at those ribs, they're beautiful. Oh, they're amazing, they're gorgeous. They have just the beautiful, bit of a crust to them at that point. When you're biting through them, it's going to be lovely. Gets rid of that steamed kind of in the foil thing. And we're ready to eat, folks. All right. So the ribs are beautifully glazed and amazing and delicious and so good. Finishing them on the grill is just one of those great touches. It gives them so much texture and a little bit of extra flavor. Just kind of finishes up the skin a little bit, makes it very tight and easy to bite through. That is a really, really fun way to do that. And this is what you get. This is a rack of St. Louis ribs in pretty much about as good as you're going to get. I'm going to grab a knife. I'm going to cut into one of these bad boys. Let's go for the sacrificial end piece. See here. Yeah, that's going through like butter. That's perfect. Got a little smoke ring on it. Got a little beauty there. Oh, she looks glorious. I know I should pick up the rib and bite it, but it's hot as hell. I'm just going to grab this. That's perfect flavor all the way through. Even for this tough, chewy end piece, it's just melt in your mouth delicious. So, that is a great, cheater way to make ribs at home. Easiest way to do it. And these ribs are delicious and getting cold, so I'm gonna go eat them. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up thing. If you want to see more, you can subscribe and hit the bell. All of it helps a lot, and always leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.